we are doing the box for this beautiful album. Let's put the album away for a minute. Okay. And this is where we left it off the last video. Okay, I'm going to start covering the inside of the box. The lid is just going to be a slip over the top. And then I've got my sides. But we're not going to make the lid yet until we have covered all of our box. Okay, so first up I have chosen this piece to go in the bottom there. Okay, and I'm using some adhesive paper. It's double-sided adhesive paper. There we go. Come on, I saw you there. That's it. Just open that a little bit. I can see I've got a little bit of overlap there, so that'll have to be fixed. Trimming off this little bit here. Okay, I don't like any of this to go to waste. Where'd I put it? There we go. And of course I haven't cut it straight. When do I ever cut it straight? You've got to get rid of these overhangs. You can either trim them off, or when you let go of the other side, you can fold it over. I'm just going to try trimming it for now. Okay, all these little bits, little sticky bits that stick to your fingers. And of course we do have this little bit here which we saw. We've got this bit here which just needs a little bit of glue, and we've got our glue here, which is the Art Glitter designer glue. I've got a bit of dry glue on there, so I'm just getting rid of that. And we have another winter day in the spring of Victoria in Australia. We have had one day of spring and it was the other day. And that's it. Drives me crazy, weather. Okay, we're going to put some glue on this piece that doesn't have any. And just a little bit on there as well. Just pop it down there and then just burnish that piece with glue. Now pick this piece up. And just pull away the backing. Isn't that pretty paper? I've gone a little bit further over here than there, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now for the sides, I have chosen this for the insides. So let's get some measuring done. Now I don't want it to go right from let's give it a little 1/8 of an inch gap there and an 1/8 of an inch gap there, so we probably want it to be, I'm going to go 9 1/16, I think. Just write that down in case I forget which I want to do. 9 1/16, and then we'll try it, and if it is a little bit big, at least we've got some wiggle room to cut. Now this one will go 3 inches. So 9/16 by 3 inches. Oh shoot, what happened there? My phone. Sorry about that. Honestly, I've had this thing 5 minutes and it feels like the blade is blunt already. Okay, 9 and I'm in shadow there. 9 1/16. Keep that piece. No, it's no use. 9 1/16 by, come on, by 3 inches. And we need 2 of them. That's 3 inches. Let's see how they go. I would like a little bit more white showing. Around the sides. So I am going to trim off that 1/8 of an inch. Oops. Which I'm really not sure about this cutter. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to leave a sliver of white at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to use tape. And glue. Got all these pieces leftovers that we can use. A mixture of this and glue is fine. You don't have to cover the whole thing. That's cardstock. Yep, that's just cardstock. Be quicker just to get my 1/2 inch tape out, wouldn't it? Just put that over there for now. Grab my 1/2 inch tape. So I'm just going to have those 3 pieces of tape. And the rest will be glue. This is just for security. I like to have both adhering mechanisms. Okay. Glue all over. Well, that looks good. Let's get to the other side. Pop this piece on. There's no matching, so it doesn't matter. do want to make sure we are within the right measurement there. You're about a 1/16 of an inch from the top of this, which doesn't really matter because the outside piece is going to flip over here, so that when the lid comes off and on, you don't have a decorative paper here that could shift or pull away. If it's smooth right over the top, then the lid is just going to slip nicely over it. Right. Now we want them to be 3 inches. We still need 2 pieces. Measurement is going to be, let's see, it's going to be 7 3/8. So let's go 7 3/8. Yep. 7 3/8. Just double checking. Brilliant. Let's just use this. Putting it on that edge. And then that edge. One down the middle. Sticky. Ouch. I think that's it. Yeah. That's good. good, isn't it? Okay, that's the inside of the box done. Really happy with that. Okay. Outside box. That's going to need a little bit of planning. Okay. We are going to have the same measurement as the inside. Same measurement, which was 9 and 7 3/8. Whoops. Just making sure. Okay. Now we've got a 3.25 inches. That's 3.25 from there to there. I'm going to add 1/2 inch here, so that is 3 3/4. 3 3/4, and I'm going to add 1/2 inch to here, so that's 4 1/4. Now this piece of paper is 4 1/4. Okay. Let's just double check our measurements just to make sure we are going the right way. Okay, so we've got 1/2 inch there. Put that round, and we've got 1/2 inch there. Fold it over. Okay. Now that is definitely not big enough. You can see that. Definitely not big enough. So I'm going to go with, what does I say, 4 1/4? I'm going to go with 4 3/4. Okay, 4 3/4. Let me just cut this down to 4 3/4. This is only a piece of scrap. 4 3/4. So that's my. I still only want 1/2 inch at the top to go over, but we do have that, see that width of that? That is almost 1/8 of an inch. So what we want to do is inch, and then 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so let's just fold them over and try it out. For this, I really don't want you to follow my measurements, just my instructions. So that 1/8 of an inch is too big, so we are just going to fold this over. Make sure that's only 1/2 an inch that's going over to the inside there, and fold this over and crease it well. And then I'm just going to put a couple of clips in there, and then we'll go over to the base, and then we will just go to flip it over and crease that there. So there's our crease, and we'll really crease it in, and that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so we want a 9-inch strip. I'm thinking. This piece here is going on the front of my lid. It's going in the front of my lid, and I'm going to have an acetate window, and I am going to cut around here before removing that piece, so that these flowers will go a little bit over the window. That is the dream. So I've got spare pieces here. So I'm thinking of just this one. For the sides, for the short sides. But I want something with the flowers for the front and for the back. Oh, it doesn't matter which way is which. I mean, it's actually going that way. So this is actually the front. Okay. Let's cut our piece. Where's that little scrap? Right on the back of that. 4 3/4. That is 4 3/4. It's leaving me a piece that's not any good to anybody. Just playing with my papers at the minute. Okay, 4 3/4 by, I don't like that. I don't like that line across there, so I'm going to print out another couple of sheets from the range, so I will just put you on pause. Okay, I'm just waiting for the last sheet to print. In the meantime, we've cut 2 long sides, and I've used different depths of the paper, different sizes of the papers. So I get the purple rose and I also get the pink rose, and I've cut one of the short sides, and I measured that to be 7 7/16, and that's going to go in there, whichever way's up. The flowers are sort of directional, so and this is my sheet. So I've got 2 purple, 1 pink, and we'll focus on the pink for this one. Focus on the pink, so it's 7 7/16, so 7 and 2, 4, 6, 7. Nice piece. By 4 3/4. Okay, I've made another change as well. I explained how I was going to use this for the front, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to use this one because there's tulips on the front of the album, plus we're using the purple and the pink roses, so this just seemed more appropriate than this one. I've printed out a fair bit, but I can make another album. Okay, so we've got these, and let's get these done. So so half an inch, which is going to be the top. That is the top edge, so we'll start with that on my scoreboard. Mine goes from right to left. If yours goes the other way, then put this onto that side. So we've got half an inch to score here. And just move it over just a touch. And then score it again, and that should be the width of the top of the box. So let's just give it a bit of a fold. Put that over and then fold that in, and that looks pretty good. Put a couple of clips in, and then we'll pull this piece down. See, we're pulling this piece down. Crease that well. Now looking in the inside, I'm pretty happy with that. do the other side. That is the top. So that goes to the beginning of my scoreboard. 1/2 inch. And just move it just like a 1/16 of an inch to be right in the middle of that next lump there. Then take the space and just do another one. And just fold it on the first one. Okay, pop this on. And then fold over. And it's folding over really nice and flat. Beautiful. I'm loving that. It's really nice. Okay, that is the top. So we're going over here. 1/2 inch. And mine is only a 20 centimetre scoreboard, so I've got to tilt it up. Move it over this, that 1/16 of an inch, and just give it another little stroke down there. And fold again on the first one, the first fold. Okay, put that over so that the fold is on the inside, and then fold it over the edge. And then we're going to fold the bottom piece over. Now this one's not straight, so you have to be aware of that and move it before gluing. Okay, and that's the top. So we go this way. Choose the right orientation for your flowers. And move that over just 1/16 and grab the next. Here we go. Again, just fold over on the first one. Okay, we can dice that now. Place that over. Now fold that in. You can see how nice and flat it's going. Some more clips. That's pretty straight. What I'm doing is just folding it over, giving a crease. It's raining. Tell you, if it's not raining, my computer's making an awful noise. Yep, it's raining. Some spring we're having. Okay, so there's our outside. Okay, now we'll get to putting our glue on. I am going to put some tape right across this 1/2 inch score that we did. And another one on the other side of the double score. Okay, let's take off any overhangs that we've got, which is very important. Okay, we are also going to be using glue. So burnish those strips in. We're going to start at the top. Just going to take 2 out. Okay, some glue right along those double creases. Right along those double creases there. And a little bit over those. That on top, fold it over, just crease that in, crease that on, now we turn it over and get rid of the rest of our tape backing. Some glue over that score line. Bring it all over and tuck it under. Oops, move these out of the way. And tuck it under. There we go. That's that one. And again, same thing. Make sure not to go over the edge. many strips you put in. It's up to you. You can do the whole thing on the double-sided sheets if you want. It's up to you. It's really not necessary. Okay, top part. We'll take off that and that. Actually, I'm going to take off the third one too. So I'm going to glue up to here, right across that double score. Sometimes you just need the tool. Short fingernails don't do it. Okay, and some glue in those spaces that don't have it. Move these out of the way, pull it down and secure it. Getting there. This one might be a little bit tight, so I'm going to trim just a hair off this one. It did feel a little bit tight. Still a little bit tight. You need a bit more than a hair. Oops. Oh no, look what it's done. Oh, seriously? What's the matter with you? I'm not sure if there's any way to get this blade off. And there is no way to trim that. So that's okay, we are just going to print another piece of that paper. Page 21. Oh my word, listen to that. Can you hear it? Meanwhile, I'll get on with this one, and this one fits perfectly. Overhang there, just pluck it off, go down to the third one, just take a little bit of that, it'll just help me pull it up. Okay, glue on those, that little gully there. Ooh, we're crooked. Oh shoot, we're crooked. And I couldn't pull it up. I'll have to fix that somehow. Okay. This is a short one. We want purple. 4 3/4. By what? 7 7/16. 7 and 2 4 6 7. Okay, what's the top? That's the top. Half an inch. root it over just a 1/16, barely that, and do another little one. You've got that, in case I didn't show you before. And we're just folding over the first one. Tape again. Notice I forgot to crease that piece, which I will do directly. Pop this one in first. Bring it over and crease it. Flip it up. Okay. Here's the top. Yeah. Move the backing and we'll go down 3 rows. Tuck in any overhangs we've got. Okay, let's just fill that in with glue. Line across there. Rubbish. Okay, I am really happy with that. That is beautiful from the outsides. concerned that that's wide and that's narrow. We might be able to do something there. Okay, and where's the album? That's not it. What'd you do with it? That's going to sit in there beautifully. Plenty of room. Put your fingers in and grab the album. Okay, now let's take on the lid. So what I did was I worked out the depth of the lid that I wanted coming over, which is 1 1/4 inches. And there's 2 long sides and 2 short sides. I've made the short sides, I haven't cut them yet. Okay, this is going to be a little awkward. Okay, see, I've got a lip over here and a lip over there. And that will either be the right size or I'll need to trim it. Now, long sides, I've got 1 1/4 by 9 5/8, so that should fit. So I don't want it too tight, but I will make this area here, these two, flush, and then I'll give some space on this one and this one, like a 1/16 of an inch or something. Okay. Now we're going to fit the short one in here. And that is going to give us, you can't see that, when I move this right to the very edge, it is going to give us a 1/16 of an inch gap there, which is probably enough. So do your own measuring for this. And this is how you measure it. And then this piece, okay. Okay, let's just start with the long piece, this piece here. Okay, I've measured that to be should be 9 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 and 9/16. But I am going to make 9 and 5/8. What is that? Okay, one side, either the long sides or the short sides, are going to overlap. Okay, so let's just pick the short sides to be exactly the same size as our box. So the way I would do it is put that short side down, lay the box on top, okay, so at this side here, so you can just see that this strip is even with the box. Okay, so that's even. So then I'm just going to grab a pencil. Oops, sorry. Grab a pencil and put a mark there. So that's where I want to cut it to. And my measurement is going to be, I've only got half a metre of workspace here. It should be 7.5. 7.5. Try not to knock my head again. 7.5. That is quite a difference I've got there. Seven and 3/4. Measure twice, cut once. That old adage. Okay, so that is going to fit exactly with just hopefully a 1/16 of an inch. I think I might have cut that too short, because this has got to be covered still. So 7 and 3/4. Let's see how we go. Look, if I have to waste box board and getting this right, I'm fine with that, truly. Just got to get it right. Okay, that's that one. Now let's grab a long one. No, let's put this one in first. let's grab a long one. And you can see where it sits flush with that side, with that piece inside here. That sits flush there, and so does that one. So my size for this is 9 and almost 5/8, so I would cut it at 5/8, 9 and 5/8. So we've got them correct. Now we'll take all our clips off. Now we're going to play with our little tools here. Okay, short one. Goes into there. And this long one goes there. And then we push that in. And you can, oops. There we've got pretty even except this is a bit wider than that one. Why is that? Needs a bit of a trim. Yeah, need just a little bit of a trim. It's just a hair, really. Oops. It is difficult to cut a hair off boxboard. So we'll go with our scissors and trim that up. That's better. That's better. Okay, let's build this. It's there. This one's going there onto the outside. Push that in. And then over here, let's just get some masking tape here. I'm only using little bits. Make sure they are flush on the outside. With the shorter one, the shorter side inside this one, so they butts up against this. So the shorter one is butting up against that. That one doesn't want to stay. Okay, short one butting up inside that one. Oops. And that one. Okay, let's take the guides off. Fits beautifully, and it should also fit beautifully even when it's covered in paper, I hope. Okay, now I just want to add a bit more masking tape to each one. Make sure it is secure. Wouldn't hurt to just open it up a bit and put some glue inside. And that one. This glue dries clear, so I'm not particularly fussed about any overflow. And last side. I'm just going to pop them back into the guides. Yep. Keeps it square. Now we have to cover this and work on the lid. So I'm going to go and have some lunch. And we'll come back with another video on covering this and doing the top. I hope you stay with me and I hope you've enjoyed it so far. These things take a while. And thanks for being with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, come back for the next one and I'll see you shortly. Keep well and stay safe. Bye-bye.